The possible loss of $1 billion in federal funding has public broadcasting stations all over the country warning of cuts to programming, jobs, and services.
And some of those potential impacts could hit home in Kentucky. Public broadcasters tell Wave News reporter David Mattingly some tough decisions could be ahead.
That's right, Myra. Federal funding represents a small percentage of the budgets for Louisville Public Media and KET, but losing it could result in some big changes.
Enjoying the music here, made possible through listener support, members like you.
This is only part of what $6.5 million sounds like. That's the annual operating budget of Louisville Public Media.
Most of it comes from membership. It comes from donors within the community. It comes from our underwriting and our sponsorship from sponsors of our programming.
But 5% of the LPM budget, $376,000, comes from the now threatened federally funded grants. That's enough to pay for 3 reporters, a staff of podcasters, or an afternoon of programming.
We're talking about educational programs, and we're talking about emergency alert systems.
The even bigger concern about federal cuts to public broadcasting is what happens to smaller stations, where 30% of a budget could be lost. And it's not just a problem for public radio.
This would severely impact KET's programs and services.
On KET's website, there's an urgent message calling for viewers to contact their senators to save funding for public broadcasting. The network's 16 stations count on $4.2 million federal dollars, much of it paying for locally produced programs. Its array of transmitters also connects schools and public safety.
We're talking about teachers, educators who rely on those educational services coming into their schools every day. We're talking about first responders and those that use the fact that we're the state primary source for emergency alerts in Kentucky.
If federal funds are lost, KET's options would be to seek more taxpayer funding through the state legislature or drastically increase the number of private donations it currently receives. Options it's hoping to avoid, as all eyes are now on Congress to see what happens there. David Mattingly, Wave News.
All right, thank you, David.